How we doing today, friends? Hope everybody's good. Just a little update on the weathers. It's actually cooled down quite a bit, but I mean it's still in the high 80s, mid 90s. At least it's not triple digits anymore. They are going to let us go back in the woods tomorrow, but we're still subject to humidity checks. So we could work, we could not work, we could work half day, part day, all day. It's kind of, and to be honest, I think this is the first time in my whole logging career that I honestly wish they would just shut it down. There we go, how's that? Because of the offer from Stumpjumper to go over there, I think it'd be an absolute, just an opportunity of a lifetime. So, we'll see exactly what goes on with that, kind of feel this week out and see how the weather's going to go. I do have a responsibility here, I can't just take off, but if we're not going to be working but just a few hours every other day, kind of got a responsibility to the family too. So, just, we'll keep updates with it and whatnot. We got some new members on the crew I'd like to welcome in and say hi to you real quick. Mary Gates, Desert Logger, Justin Hunt, Jack Caldwell, Joseph Fornick, Steve Wolf, Ross 3396, Adam Rides, Rochelle Klein, or Rachel, I think it's Rochelle, Noah Patterson, Aaron Phillips, Leah Hoffus, Teddy Lawson Logger, Alan B., and Juan Meyer. As always, thank you guys for subscribing. We're happy to have you. Don't be afraid to jump in the comments and let us know who you are and where you're from. You don't even have to be commenting on the video itself. Just saying hi, it's fine. Plenty of really good people in the comment section to meet up with. I really don't have much since we haven't been working. I got that stuff backpiled from, so in case I got too busy at work. Boy, how that one. Anyways, I got a few more of those. I've actually got 3 or 4 story times edited up and ready, and today I think I got a pretty good one for you guys today that you'll like. I just wanted to give you a little update on what was going on. Still absolutely looking forward to going to Ohio. That's going to be such a ball and such a good time too. Here shortly, I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag, but Dickard with Dave has something up his sleeve that I'm pretty excited to see too, so I can't wait till it comes out. I think it's going to be pretty epic, to be honest. That'll be pretty cool. And I know that it seems like I've been out of work for 6 months. It's only been 3 days. The wife is absolutely enjoying it. I know that. I overheard her telling one of the kids the other day about smothering me to death, while she had. That's not what she said. I think what she said was, if Dad doesn't go back to work soon, I'm going to kill him. But I translated that as long as I got him here, I'm going to smother him with love, because he does work soon. That's the way I took it anyway, so. Oh, God, isn't that funny how stuff like that works? Hey, yeah, I got a interesting phone call Saturday morning from a kid that I broke in the woods, and he's up in southeast Alaska now attending Hook on a 009 Medill. So it was good to hear from him. Makes me feel pretty good to know that he took what I showed him and tried to teach him and all that, and advanced himself into the logging career. That's kind of nice to know that I helped him along, because of all of the guys that I say that didn't make it and whatnot. So that kind of brings up this story time today, because of thinking of when I started and whatnot. And he did say that out of all of the companies that he's worked for since, and all of the other crews and whatnot, that he's never ran into anybody that's the only thing that they do is work. And he said when you're not at work, you're getting ready to go to work, and when you're at work, you just want to do more work. And he said, I've absolutely never ran into anybody that has so much passion for it, or whatever you want to call it. It's just the way I am. I love my job. When it's going right, it's going right, and all that. So that was kind of cool. Anyways, I hope you guys, like I say, I think I got a really good one for you. Appreciate all the new subscribers. Awesome comments. Let's keep them just as positive as possible. I forgot to mention West Coast Logging stickers. I got a whole bunch of them. We'll have to make sure and get a big thank you out to my niece, Heather, Danny girl. She made a bunch up for us. The shirts and whatnot that, that'll be up for sale. This not working too much these last couple of weeks might put a hold on that, but we'll see. I do have some of them. Actually, yeah, you know what? And I got that hat, that other EVT hat, so, or no, I gave that one away. Anyways, we got a bunch of shirts and stickers, so for this giveaway, instead of a question or anything like that, get in the comment section and give me your best work story, something that has pure emotion, whether it be adrenaline or fear, or something, whether it's something went wrong or something that went right. You put everything you had into making this go from here to there, or whatever, and it all come together, or it all fell apart. And we'll go through it, and whoever has the best story, then we'll get a sticker and one of them shirts out to them. So this story time, I want to go way back. Most of the stories, or all of them so far, I guess, I've given you guys have been, later on in years. But this is going to take us back to, within the first year of my, logging career. And just before we finished this unit up, our rigging slinger had quit. I don't remember why or whatever, so I wasn't pulling rigging. I was basically just blowing stops and go-aheads. But so we finished the job up, and we're getting ready to go to the other one, and the hook tender and the side rod had told me that the next job we were going to was they would absolutely have to have an experienced rigging slinger, because it was a nasty unit, which was absolutely fine with me. And when we got there, it was horrible. Oh my God, the ground was so broke up. Huge logs, the old growth, and it was just stacked in there. And we were going to be doing what they, at one point, what they call a wild bite North Bend system, a true wild bite. And if you've ever done it, you absolutely know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, it's so hard to explain. I hope at some point I can show you guys, what a true wild bite North Bend is, because the adrenaline and the it's such a rush, and things are just happening just all the time. Bam, bam, bam. You better have your head on a swivel. You better be watching each other. It's just amazing to do a true wild bite North Bend. It's amazing. Anyway, so they tell us who this guy is that they've hired. Well, he has a horrible reputation of being, pretty mean, and a horrible alcoholic, and does drugs and fights all the time and whatnot. And every story I ever heard, I absolutely believe 100% true after working with him, because he was absolutely the meanest person I've ever worked with. And all he did was scream all the time. That's all he ever did. Never do anything right. We couldn't tie our boots right. We couldn't drink water right. I was like, oh my God. Well, the other guy that was setting chokers with me, about about the same amount of experience or whatnot, you know. So we're all day long, every day. That's all this guy did, was scream, scream, scream. The only time he wasn't screaming is when he was lighting another cigarette, and he smoked Camel Straights, one right after another. And I remember at one point one afternoon, while this guy's standing over us screaming at us, the other choker said, or mumbles under his breath, God, I hope he has a heart attack today. And he was being absolutely honest about it, because this guy was horrible. Well, so we you know, you worked all day under this wild bite system, and this guy's screaming at you and whatnot. Your nerves are frazzled, and we're headed out. And we're, you know, 400 or 500 feet up the hill, steep hill from him, and there's a chunk, and it's a piece of wood that when they fell it either broke or whatever, but it's probably about 4.5, 5 foot tall by about the same width, and it was absolutely the other guy's idea, and I was against it the whole 6 seconds it took me to decide to go ahead. Anyways, he wanted to roll this chunk down the hill on the possibility that it might take him out, and therefore we wouldn't be getting screamed at all the time. And I was like, okay, let's do it. Well, I know what you're thinking. Immediately after cutting the chunk loose, I yelled, "Chunk!" to warn him. I know, it's horrible. You had to work with this guy. At this point, I realized that we've made a bad decision. A really bad decision, because if it doesn't kill him or maim him for the rest of his life, he's going to kill us. And then I realized that he's not screaming anymore. It's fear, because this is a big piece of wood pinballing down the hill after him. And so now I'm really scared. Well, it goes past him, because, you know, when a log comes at you, you don't just take off. You want to watch and see where it's going, because it'll hit stumps and turn and go absolutely 500 feet the other way. Well, now, I told you this guy is a chain smoker, and he's drank and done drugs his whole life, and I want to say he was like 55 or 56 years old. Well, now after all of this, he now all of a sudden has become a cross-country marathon runner, and is headed uphill at a very brisk pace. So now is the time to make the decision that we need to get up to where there are witnesses, so that, you know, somebody can testify against him that he killed us for no reason. So we take off to the landing, we get up there, and on the way up, I tell him, I'm like, listen, right now, we absolutely have to make a pact. We cannot admit to this, because it's bad. It's really bad. And he agrees, and also agrees that it probably wasn't such a great idea, but it was fun for a minute. So this guy gets up there, and he immediately grabs us. You know, we're trying to act like nothing happened. God, I'm tired. Whew, yeah, where's Mike? Oh, he's coming. So he grabs us, and he's clunking our heads around like Mo, and everybody's like, what the hell's going on? And, you know, after probably about a few minutes, you know, he stops. And, you know, somebody was like, what happened? I'm like, don't ask him. We don't want to... we don't need to remind him anymore. So for like weeks afterwards, just out of the blue, he would slap us upside the head, or you know, knock us down or whatever. Absolutely was worth it. And to this day, I still feel the same way, that the 2.5 minutes that he wasn't screaming because of the fear that these two stupid greenhorn choker setters just rolled a chunk down on him in the hopes to kill him, absolutely was worth it. I hope you guys like that one. Stay safe, get logged.